Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we are back on the channel again, showcasing my 2026 custom build Epic Evo. Just want to go over a few things. I know I'm always showing this bike. I think it's like the best bike ever. I have an Epic 8 S-Works that I love so much, and I didn't really want to touch that. So again, in my past videos, from the frame up, built a super custom, I think it's a pretty baller build when you look at the specs, specialized Evo. So yeah, let's get into it. Part of the reason why I want to showcase this bike again is can't recommend it enough. I see a lot of people who are torn between this, or they're torn between the new Stump Jumper, and I gotta say, like, this is the bike that, like, I think 90 or 80% of people should be on. You know, it's got 130 travel in the front, 120 in the rear. It's a bit more of a, you know, it's obviously a trailier build than the regular Epic 8. You know, I have Wicked Wheels, more of a downcountry tire. I have XX transmission comboed with some SL parts like the cranks and the power meter. We got motor brakes. I think we have 180 rotors. Yeah, 180 rotors front and rear. So not even 180, 160, just 180, 180. And then it's a 130 Pike. So I did a kind of like a little freak show thing here. They came out with an update that you can actually have flight attendant working without a rear shock now. You can have it just with the fork. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea with getting the Pike RockShox flight attendant, and then just getting the new regular RockShox Deluxe Ultimate in the rear. It actually pairs pretty nice. Actually, this lever, I didn't want the flight attendant in the back. I really just wanted it in the front. And it works great. It actually pairs with my power meter as a sensor, but this, you know, is so easy to reach for a lock if I do want to lock it out. It's such a nice, easy lever to just activate so it can lock out or be in a firm mode. So it's super easy to reach for when you're climbing. You know, it's another reason why I love it so much. But yeah, pretty cool setup. We have the turbine, race face turbine stem. It's a 50 millimeter, 760 up the new, I think it's V3 bars. So 760 and 20 millimeter rise. But yeah, I mean, again, this bike has been great. I've been able to tackle a lot of stuff on it. I used to only ride like super enduro bikes. Then I got into like kind of like the low travel bikes, because nowadays they're built so great. He wants to go for a ride so bad. But again, I think these low travel bikes now, they can punch far above their weight class. So, you know, it gets confusing picking the right bike nowadays. I think people really think they need the biggest travel bike, but like if you're going for a trail ride and maybe you hit that one downhill, like, you know, run, and you have an enduro bike, you know, you're going to be slugging it the rest of the ride. This bike's perfect for crushing it on the downs. You do have to ride a little bit more conservative, but you know, once you get used to that, you know, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it is a completely different feeling than like a 160, 140 like my Pivot Switchblade, but I really think you can't go wrong with you know, with the new Epic Evo. So, you know, again, just want to touch up why I think a lot of people should just, you know, really be looking at that instead of possibly the new Stump Jumper. It really depends on your riding style. I think the new Stump Jumper is pretty much an enduro bike. Since Specialized got rid of the other Stump Jumpers from a year ago, there's a big gap between like the Evo and the Stump Jumper, and a lot of the people are racing enduros on the new Stump Jumper 15. So actually making it the Evo now, so Stump Jumper Evo, and they're phasing a lot of bikes out. So if you go on their website, there's blowout sales left and right. But a great time if you're looking for an Epic 8 Evo or a regular Epic 8. And don't get hung up if like which one to get, Epic 8 or the Evo. You can't go wrong because it's the same frame across the board. It's just the components. So let's say you get an Epic 8 and you're like, dang, I wish it was a little bit more capable, you know, a little bit more trail oriented. It's the same frame. Just get a new fork and rear shock. You know, a lot of the other parts will be fine that came on it. And there you go. So it's not like a huge investment to switch it back and forth. You know, fortunate enough to have a shop, so I kind of have both. But yeah, I mean, again, this has been great. I used to have like my last low travel bike was a Yeti SB120. I don't know, I never really jived with it. I kept bottoming it out all the time. And I even had it at 130, 120. And then I brought it to like 150, 120, because you're allowed to spec it 20 millimeters above what it comes with. So, but it was still, it never felt right. So Again, this has been great at 130, 120. Like, have never bottomed it out. I go off like 10-foot drops if I, not all the time, but if I do at where I ride in Westchester, New York. But another thing is I am 5'10", pretty much 5'10" on the dot. I ride a large. The sizing with Specialized is a bit off, so this large is almost like a medium with other brands. So, I'm used to riding big travel bikes with a little bit longer of a reach, so the large fits me perfectly. Same with the stump jumper, like the new one. I would be an S4, the S3, I'm so cramped. So again, at 5'10", I ride a large Epic and an S4, pretty much a large and an S4 across the board with their mountain lineup. Even road and gravel, I'm at 56, but yeah, like with Yeti Pivot, a lot of stuff I was medium, but with Specialized, my sweet spot is a large, and their S sizing for S4. You won't see their S sizing for the Epics, but you will see it with the stump jumpers. But again, I've been having a blast with this bike. Just wanted to do a quick little touch up on the bike, in case you guys are hesitant right now, and just would, always happy to point you in the right direction. We got a lot of positive feedback from our past Epic videos. So I know it's another Epic video, but I mean, this bike is so good that I feel like I always just want to pump out the videos. These are also their new Solix Control SL wheels. So it's carbon spokes laced to Industry 9 Solix hubs. Super light. This bike without pedals is 26 pounds. So with pedals, 27 pounds. I have a little bit heavier of an HT pedal, but yeah, 26 pounds, 27 with pedals is bonkers. And I used to ride like 35 pound, my dog's running laps, 35-pound bike. So 27 pounds is nuts. So I have no complaints. This thing climbs like a champ and descends, just as good in my opinion. So I think a lot of people, if you're looking for a bike, go check out the Epic 8 or the Epic 8 Evo. You won't be disappointed. Let me know what you're riding in the comments and what's your favorite bike. If you have any recommendations for parts, and I'm trying to dabble with as much tires as I can. I'm testing out the Wicked Wheels, have been amazing. So I can't recommend the Wicked Wheels enough, but if you guys have any cool tires or specs that you run on these bikes, or components, not specs, tires or components that you think I should give a try, let me know. I'm always keen to trying new things. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and like and subscribe.